whenever there's a chance, I would also, encourage everyone to go beyond this incident. So if you were to say this is a trampoline, I mean, I don't know, this is fighting with we're fighting with a friend kind of incident, and then he jumps on the trampoline, and then he comes down. See how far you can extend this idea of self-regulating in this format. So say if this was a trampoline jumping down, coming down method, you can see, oh, so do you think that if you were having a hard time playing this video game and you get frustrated, do you think that that would be a good idea to do the same thing jumping on the trampoline? Or so you just try to transpose the incident to another environment or incident basically, and see how they respond, because we have a certain way of looking at things. And sometimes when we give certain ideas or we read certain books like feelings about anxiousness or aggression, this type of storybooks, they will say, yeah, I understand this book works for this guy. It doesn't work for me, or it doesn't work for this incident that I'm going through. It's different. The keyword is it is different. But really, it is not different. It's not different at all. But our brains are constantly telling us different things, and they're telling us that no, this is a different incident. My incident is more important, is way more serious, is whatever, right? So by bringing to mind a different incident, you're sort of like helping them to build that bridge, to see how they can regulate themselves in another scenario. Another way that I would also consider is using the same incident and bringing more tools to that same incident. So, for example, if it was he was a conflict with a friend, and then he used trampoline, then I want to say, are there other ways that we can do if you don't have a trampoline? It's not every day you have a trampoline to jump on to calm yourself down. So what other ways can you think of that we can calm down in case you don't have a trampoline? If you don't have any ideas, well, I use a lot of cards, like the different mindfulness regulation cards. This will be a good time to pull them out. If you don't have, then you'll be taking ideas and say, maybe do you think this will work? Do you think that will work? The children, we try to, they tend to be more physical. So they want to have maybe a fidget toy. They want to have things that they are moving, eating and stuff like that. But as they grow through this journey, you want them to use themselves as their anchor, right? So that's our whole meditation process. So obviously they need to go from a higher base to a lower to a base that you can reach. And then eventually you want to start with something that they take in, an external thing where they hold or touch or eat or go to a space, to them being at that space, feeling the ground, feeling the sound, obviously feeling the breath, but breaths are generally a little bit harder. There are things that we do now. I do flower breath with my kids, flower breath, breathing in and breathing out, and then finger breath, going through the breathing. So you want to bring them from taking external things to help them to eventually going down. But of course, this takes a long process, and even myself, I'm really still exploring that. But imagine if they could. It'll be so, helpful for them to be able to get there. So yeah, so I think these are the two ways that I think, we can extend it a little bit further and just push them a little bit more and see where we get.